and go. Our fourth cut is the small diced onion. We have our onion already peeled, split in half, top to bottom, but you've noticed we've left the little furry root end. That root end you leave in place because that is the glue that will hold your onion together. Remember that. That is the number one crucial area for faltering, is taking off this little root end. If you don't do anything, if one thing you do correctly is leave this on, because this is going to be the success to you being able to dice the onion. If you look at an onion, when it's whole like this, there are two primary lines. There are round lines, meaning the individual leaves of the onion, and there are ribs. So if we turn it this way, we have ribs going this way. Okay? Those will act as your dicing pattern. Okay? So we split this onion. So this is our onion. We've taken the top off. This grows up top like this. We've taken that off. We've taken this peel off. Make sure you get all that ugly peel out of there because you don't want skin. Now we're ready to attack. Again, core, root left in place. Your first cut, and I tell students, bring it up close to the edge of the board, because this cut requires you to do a little wiggling. And if you can drop your blade down a little low and have your hand at a lower area versus in here, I don't have a good area for dropping my blade down. But here, I can go below the board and I can attack it a little easier. It's almost like filleting a fish. Okay? So my first cut, and I'm gonna do this, the exact same process for each half. Hand, palm up so that my fingers are out of the way. Always remember knife cutting procedure. When you're chopping or mincing, fingers curled under, protecting your fingertips and butting up against your knuckles. This technique is going to require the palm up now. And what I'm doing is I'm actually going to look and figure out where 1/4 inch is. You're going to need to figure out where that is. Is that 1/4 inch? Probably pretty close. If you're cutting up here, you're going to have big pieces of dices. You're going to have large dice onion. So I'm looking for that 1/4 inch onion. And what I'm doing is I'm just kind of wiggle my onion. And you notice I'm not cutting all the way through. Because if you cut all the way through, you defeat the purpose of having the core in place, the root in place, because that's what's holding the onion together. And I'm just wiggling together, going in 1/4 inch sections up to the top. Okay? So now I have something that is in 1/4 inch sections this way. The onion normally has these separations already, so it saved me from having to do that too much. Now I'm going to turn it and orient it top to bottom facing me, and I'm going to go into 1/4 inch sections this way. Again, not cutting all the way through, because I want the onion to stay whole. Okay? It's cut two different directions, but the root is still keeping it as one unit. Now I can put it on its side using that tiger claw, moving the hand, and I can proceed and I have nice small dice. Does this get thrown away? Nope. This can get trimmed. The little small root can go into our compost. This can go into our usable scrap. I'm going to push this to the side because I'm going to go ahead and tackle my next half. Again, the same process. 1/4 inch. Wiggle. Making our lengthwise cuts up and down. And then finally, get down to the end, trim that off, compost, usable scrap. I'm going to go through real quick. Look at this. Remember I talked about giving the judges only your best, show them your best stuff. I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna separate everything, and what I'm looking for is any pieces of skin that I might have forgotten, pieces that I didn't get cut all the way through that don't look quite small dice. I think I'm pretty good here. Looks like I got everything. Everything looks to be uniform. Making sure it's all set. Oh, you know, stuff like this. A little longer than a dice. Get that out there. Give them your best. Okay? One onion, small dice.